All right, hello everyone. Tyler King here with the Denver Gazette after Colorado's 52-0 win over Oklahoma State, here to close out the regular season at Folsom Field. The nice win on Senior Day for the Buffs. I mean, more than a nice win. I mean, a dominant performance. Biggest win, I think, since 1995. So, yeah, I mean, just a great cap to a pretty special season so far for the Buffs. And obviously, they've got to hope now that some teams can lose and things can break their way, and they can be the ones going to the Big 12 championship game in Dallas next weekend. But obviously there's a bunch that needs to happen before then. I think, there's a couple different scenarios. You basically need two of BYU, Arizona State, and Iowa State to lose. All those three teams play tomorrow. It doesn't feel likely that they'll get the scenarios they need to happen to get there, but still they took care of business today, and that's all they really cared about. Coach Prime said earlier in the week that he wasn't going to be watching. Just not how he's built to root for other teams to lose. I mean, he said whether he's going to Vail or Breckenridge, he'll take some of these days off here, if there are going to be any days off, and spend some time and relax a little bit after a pretty grueling regular season for his team. But I mean, they finished 9-3, well above what most people expected of them before the season. They beat the brakes off of one of the preseason favorites in the Big 12, Oklahoma State, who finishes at 3-9, 0-8 in Big 12 play. I mean, there have been a lot of surprising teams in this conference this season, but Oklahoma State's season is definitely probably takes the cake in terms of the most surprising. Just with, they were a 10-win team last year, returned 20 starters. Mike Gundy's a veteran coach. This is his 20th season there in Stillwater, and they just have a disastrous season. Now, who knows what comes next for that program? But for this Colorado program, they feel like the future is bright here in Boulder. Obviously, it was the final home game here in Boulder for the likes of Shedeur Sanders, Shiloh Sanders, Travis Hunter, a horde of other really important seniors that have made a huge impact on the program over the last two seasons. Guys like Cameron Silman-Craig, Shane Cokes on the defensive side, Tyler Brown on the offensive side, even though he got to play just this one season. I mean, yeah. Speaking of those guys that just got to play one season, LaJohntay Wester had a huge game today. He finished 175 yards, 11 catches, 2 touchdowns. Easily his best game as a Buff. I think it was the second highest receiving total in a game for his career. So a great day for him. I mean, a bunch of guys made plays today. I missed Shiloh Sanders. He recovered a fumble. The Buffs had a bunch of turnovers on defense. Travis Hunter gets the one on the first possession that kind of sets the tone for the game. It just kind of shows you how big of a gap there was between CU and Oklahoma State today. I mean, just a completely dominant performance. I mean, a guy like DJ McKinney gets a pick six against his former team and does a little bit of a dog peeing celebration, which got him a flag for it. But that was a fun moment for as well. I mean, just like I said, a really dominant performance for the Buffs today, and they wanted to go out with a bang in front of their home fans. I mean, this is not the last game that guys like Shedeur and Travis will play. They will play in the bowl game. It seems like they're going to play the entirety of the bowl game. I kind of believed them that when they said they would play, but I wasn't sure how much they would play, given that they're likely going to be 2 top 5 picks in next year's NFL draft. I mean, you just don't see guys like that play in non-playoff bowl games anymore. So, but those guys seem like they're gonna do it. And whether it's the Holiday Bowl in San Diego or the Alamo Bowl again for this bus program, or Las Vegas Bowl, kind of the main options if they don't go to the Big 12 title game and win and make the playoff. It just seems like everybody's going to be there and ready to play one last time with kind of this whole group together. Coach Prime a little bit emotional after the game, kind of realizing that this was the last time at home that he got to share the field with his sons, Shedeur and Shiloh. He mentioned his son Deion Jr., Bucky, who runs the well-off media accounts, that does such a great job kind of chronicling all the behind-the-scenes stuff that we don't get to see on a daily basis. And Travis as well. He's essentially a fourth son to Deion at this point. So a cool moment pregame for the whole family, just kind of all walking out together during senior day. Deion even walked with Jimmy Horn Jr. for senior day, which was really cool as well. Obviously, his dad can't be here. Deion said Jimmy's probably going to go see his dad and visit him in prison over the weekend, it seems like. So, but just cool to have that kind of moment for him as well. Jimmy's another guy that Coach Prime has become really close with over the years. So, yeah, I mean, just it's a rare senior day for the Buffs. I mean, over the last couple of years, they haven't had a performance like this. I mean, you think back to 2 years ago, just like the week before Coach Prime was hired, how badly CU got beat by Utah here. I think it was 63-21 on their senior day. And just how quickly things have changed for this Buff program over the last 2 years. And I mean, they don't seem like they're done. I mean, Shedeur was joking after the game that he's going to donate to the 5430 Alliance, the NIL collective, to help out the next generation, because the Buffs had a really good recruiting day yesterday on Thanksgiving, getting I think 4 guys, a couple from IMG, up to 15 now for the class, and it's one of the top in the Big 12. Obviously Julian Lewis, the 5-star quarterback, commits. I think that was last week at this point. So things are shaping up well for the Buffs here, even if they don't end up getting their getting to accomplish the goal of getting to the Big 12 title game and competing for that. This has been a wildly successful season for the Buffs, and they still got 1 game left at least, like I said. So, wherever the bowl game is, I'll be there too. I'll also be in New York for the Heisman ceremony in a couple weeks with Travis Hunter's performance today. I didn't really even mention how good he was today. I didn't talk much about the individual performances today, but Travis with 3 touchdowns on offense, 116 yards, 10 catches, gets the interception on defense, which I did mention. Could have had another 1 or 2 maybe. Just kind of cementing himself. He's going to get that award in a couple weeks. It feels almost certain at this point. Nobody after the game is going to say anything bad about Ashton Jeanty, the Boise State running back, who's obviously had an incredible season for them too. That's not what they're trying to do here. At CU, they're just trying to prop up Travis and make the point that he's the best player in college football, and that's what the award is who the award is supposed to go to. So he'll definitely be in New York, and he'll likely be the one getting it, and I'll be there to cover that as well. So stay tuned for all my coverage in Sunday, or it's not Sunday, it's Friday. So Saturday's Denver Gazette. I'll have plenty of coverage throughout the weekend, as well as we kind of learn CU's fate as well, watching the games tomorrow across the Big 12. So thanks everybody for watching. Yeah, stay tuned for all my coverage at denvergazette.com/sports/CU Buffs. You can check all of it out there, and I'm sure we'll have plenty more to come as we learn CU's bowl fate in the coming weeks.